Maybe on.
Yo.
Come
You
by.
can hear me, bro?
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly, bro. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. How are you, bro? How are you?
I'm charged up. I was just on another live stream. I'm charged. Oh.
Yeah, bro. You saw the live stream.
Wow, that was a dead stream, bro.
Yeah.
Softball questions. You know what I'm saying? They needed me on there. People was calling for me to get on there, but it sounds like he brought him on there just to explain away his viewpoints. He never really pressed them on stuff, but he doesn't have my personality. But for a guy like that, you need someone like me. You understand? Because I'll shake him to the core. I'll get the truth out of him.
Yeah, I saw you in the chat. Bring me on.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, let me at him.
Yeah, man. Who is there? Can you?
I don't know. You can see.
Yeah, can you hear us? Let us know in the comment section or in the live chat.
How many people we got watching so far?
We have now 2 people watching.
Okay, so we're gonna have to let it fill up a little something. I put that where we were so people can check it out. Yeah. Okay, I just got the notification on my phone, so that means most of your subscribers should get it
right now. Yeah, bro. So to start, you know, what I want to ask you is that like you are living in the Netherlands, right?
Right.
How did you came to the Netherlands?
Well, how far am I from you? How far am I from you in terms of minutes?
I think 10 minutes or something.
Exactly. We live almost in the same area. It's just right across the river. But no, my wife. I met my wife in Brooklyn a long time ago. I was driving up Flatbush Avenue, Flatbush and Linden Boulevard, and she was at a light across, and I was here, and I'm like, wow, she's beautiful. She saw me. She recognized the G that I be. So I jumped out the car, and that's not something that I do. And when I ran across Flatbush Avenue, and I went to the driver first. I said, brother, do you mind if I speak to the young lady that's sitting in the back? And he was like, go on. So I started speaking with her, and I had the girlfriend from Curacao before as well. Yeah, in Brooklyn. There's not a lot of Antillanos in Brooklyn, but somehow I always find them, right? So all I knew was a couple of words in Papiamento. So we did the long distance thing. I moved to Curacao in 2015. Yeah. And then it wasn't for me. And then I said, what are we going to do? We're going to go to America or come here. So we decided to come here.
Okay. And what were the words? Douchey.
Douchey. Yeah, bro.
Yeah, man.
Yo, when I speak Papiamento, can you understand me most of the times?
All the time.
Nice.
Yeah, all the time. So, and you speak it good. You speak it like you're supposed to speak it, you know? So there's not
good.
Papiamento. So
good.
It's good to know a few languages, right?
5. I speak 5. But my favorite is Papiamento. I'm going to be honest with you. I love Papiamento.
Yeah, why?
Because of the flow, man. You can really demonstrate a point in Papiamento. You know, like when my wife gets angry and she starts cursing in Papiamento, like it hits you like ooh. As opposed to English, it don't hit the same way. But it's a beautiful language in my opinion. I love the fact that there are African influences in the language. I love the fact that you can speak Papiamento and like 90% of the people in the world won't understand what you're saying. They can kind of follow it if they speak Spanish, but I love it. I love Papiamento. That's my favorite language outside of English. Actually, I like Papiamento better than English. Keep it 100.
Yeah.
Yeah. Osakaba.
No, Osakaba, Rumang.
Yeah.
You know what the thing is about the Papiamento language? It has a lot of similarities with the tree, with the Ghana, and perhaps more um, African languages. What is happening is that why it hits you this hard is because it comes in multiple dimensions. It's not only the word, but it's the feeling, and the everything is one. This is what I think. And what I've seen in Ghana was that they also were using a lot of energy when they're talking, body language, all those kind of things. So I believe this is the thing. But everyone, how is everyone? Let me know how everyone is doing. How are you guys doing? Can everyone hear us? James from Barbados, how are you?
We got Bajans up in the house. I love Barbados. I went there like 1996. I was in Bathsheba, Christchurch. Loved it. Love Barbados.
Yeah,
Cuckoo
man.
and flying fish.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Okay, but Nakmeezy, let's go
Yes,
to
sir.
the topic of today.
Yes.
No more drama. Let's unite.
Let's unite, bro. Let's unite. Let's get it.
What is happening right now between the diaspora and all the drama, bro?
It's been happening. It's been happening from the continent. It's been happening from when we go to the diaspora. We black people, for some reason, we look at each other as competition, as enemies. We shade each other too much for my comfortability. I'm not comfortable with how much we shade each other. While there are communities of us, like most of the people listening here, that look at each other as brothers, there's too many of us that don't. And even in small communities like the conscious community, there's always drama. It's always, we're trying to be more pro-black than the next. We're trying to be a better businessman than the next. But like you said in your video, teamwork. If we literally started uniting on common interests, and I'll get to that in a second, we could start pushing this needle to where it goes. So the basis is that we have to start being nice to each other. That's, if you can't say hello to another black person, then that means we got a long way to go. So we got to start being nice to each other and uniting on code. Now, code is whatever it is for that situation. If you're a Pan-Africanist, then code would be investment into Africa, doing things under, the umbrella of black people worldwide. If you're Israelite, your code may be different. But that's what I'm saying. If we unite on what we share, then we can work out all the other kinks, the ideological differences down the line.
Exactly. And to bring it more specific, like what I've seen is that now in this diaspora and the movement going back to Africa, there are not a lot of YouTubers, right? And
right.
YouTubers that are there are making the noise for everyone. Like there are 1,000 YouTubers,
Right.
Because there are a few YouTubers, there are the ones that are making a lot of noise, negative noise, are one, discouraging people, bringing the community down, and boycotting the movement. If it makes sense what I say, how can we handle this boycott? Because this is something really serious, and I will say how I think that we can solve this. Because it's something really serious that one person will reach everyone, everyone. Like the previous interview of you were telling about the Moroccan people in the Netherlands, right? The code that they have. Is this code something that we need to hanteren
Bisamina papiamento.
E code aqui, no? E code aqui, nos tour tipo tem nos mês na je.
See, tour. So should we all be held to the same code? And I definitely think, but we need to define what the code is. And the code can change based on the situation. But when we say black first, before Art Cappy was saying it, it was something positive. Okay. Yeah. Meaning that you shop black, you buy black, you marry black, you promote black, you do business with black, you protect black. That's what we need to get down on. You understand what I'm saying? And understanding that the reality is that there's going to be a lot of people who look like you and I that don't have our interest at heart. So there's also a sense of weeding out the people who were just online talking about Africa but never went and will never go. Those people need to be put to the side and let the people that are going to be doing work do that work.
Exactly. And to jump into this part and to be real, you know, there were a few people that were attacking black people that are moving to Africa. Mm-hmm. How, you know, this kind of people are bringing a lot of damage in the community. What can we do about this kind of people? Because, you know, at a certain point, it's not something positive anymore, the movement. It's turning into something bitter, you know, that we need to force ourselves to do for the collective.
Right.
And I can imagine that not everyone is willing to go that extra mile, you know, live their comfortable life to be a pioneer.
Right.
How can we? Yeah.
Well, we have to understand that every black person in the diaspora that's pro-black or pro-our people doesn't have the desire to move back to Africa. I'm one of them. I think if people see my videos, they'll know. While I probably won't take a vacation in any other continent, it'll always be Africa from now on because I love it. I don't see myself moving there anytime soon because I have work to do for black people here in the diaspora. So there's going to have to be a contingent of people that stay back and still support those who have, number one, have no interest or don't have the means to go. So we all can't go. So we can't base it on this repatriation movement solely. Some of our people are too old to go. Some of them have medical conditions that they won't be able to survive if they go. And I know people are going to say, well, you're saying like Africa doesn't have the best hospitals. They do. But the healthcare system there is not the same as it is in the West. Let's just be honest. So once you decide and you respect other people's ideologies, then it's easy to identify those agents of dissension, those people that are standing in the way of progress. And once you identify those, then it's ostracization, meaning set them outside of the community. So if they have YouTube channels, don't watch them, no matter how sensational they are. I know you want to hate on them like, yo, and leave them a comment. But what we're doing by leaving these comments is we're making their platform bigger. We're giving them AdSense. We're helping the algorithm. We need to just say, that person is not what we need to be given an ear to, and just focus on a positive.
Exactly. But do you think that we can start before we end this live today? We will have a basic, something that we can work with, something like a code or something that we can start work with and spread it. And by the way, everyone that is watching right now, can you like this video and let us know if you agree with the code. You know, the code that before we end this live stream, we have something that we can work with. Let us know in the live session and let us know what you think, what your suggestion is. So to come back to the Moroccan people in the Netherlands, the Moroccan people, what you were saying, that they are on code, right?
Yes.
You are right. you are right, because these people in the Netherlands, like, if there is something and one makes a phone call, everyone will come.
Yep.
All of them will come. You know, how, I want us to accomplish this.
At
What
least
is,
we go on.
what is holding us for accomplishing this?
Well, I think a lot of it has to do with that uh, historically we've been separated, right? We've been separated due to ethnic differences, geographical differences, religious differences. But I think we need to start looking at our similarities, okay? Looking at the similarities and work on that. So when we talk about these Moroccans, like a lot of people won't get how on code they are. And what I mentioned on another platform is that, or maybe in one of my own videos, is that Rotterdam is the second largest city in the Netherlands, right?
Yeah.
And Moroccans have a worse name than black people here, okay?
Yeah.
But yet they still got a Moroccan mayor elected to the second largest city because they formed and they put all their little stuff to the side and say, yo, we need some political power. So they voted him in. So obviously he's going to be doing stuff for that community. Code. So in that political spectrum, their code was getting behind their people, regardless of, little differences. So he was in the mosques. And then he also changed his narrative so he could get the Dutch people. But his people were 100% behind him. We need to start focusing on our commonalities, our common interests, our common challenges, so that we can start pushing this thing forward.
And a leader, what about a leader of the movement? Because what I've seen from all the videos that I watched, and this perhaps I will, what I've seen from all the videos is that this movement don't want a leader. It's everyone on its own.
Right.
I am a person that I don't believe in a movement without a leader.
Right.
This is what I believe. This is because where I come from and the organization and those kind of things. Isn't it something that, I think that we should put a leader, something that will be a leader figure.
So this is why I gently disagree with my brother. When there's too many different ideologies to put one leader, okay? Because, if the leader happens to be a black Muslim, then maybe the black Israelites or black Christians won't get behind him. So instead of, we need to focus on code and get with people who are on code. And I already mentioned what it was. Black everything, black empowerment, black economics, you're a business guy, all these things. And if we can get on code, then we can move in the same direction without having one leader. What happened to what I think would have been the greatest politician that Curacao has ever seen, Hellman Wheels?
Yes.
What happened to that leader?
Yeah, he was.
He was taken out of here, and that happens way too often when we have a leader that we all believe in. Someone takes them out. So maybe we need to go leaderless, but focus more on that code and that the end game, and not focus on the different ideologies. Because I'll make an analogy: the journey and the destination is important. The ideology in this case would be the vehicle, right? Just because I don't like that you don't have leather seats in your car doesn't mean I'm not going to ride with you if we're going to the same destination. So let's make sure that we define the destination and then get there and just follow each other.
So what I understand, what I get from it is that let the common goal and mission be the leader, right?
Boom. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
And you're gonna need people that are charismatic, right? Julius Malema. Whoa! When that brother speaks, sometimes I get chills. You know, you're gonna need charismatic people to lead. But like I said, I started this group here, and as we started growing, there started being xenophobia in it, like mumblings, like why we got to listen to a Black American in the Netherlands, right?
Exactly.
And then more people of my crew said, yo, it doesn't matter where he's from, listen to what he's saying. So it's always going to be that competition, that xenophobia, that geographical differences in cultures that's going to drive us apart. But we have to, like I said, and I'm going to push this every single platform I get on, is to be nice to each other, put the virtual guns down in this diaspora war, and let's get a permanent ceasefire. We can no longer afford to be throwing shots at each other when everyone else is throwing shots at us too. Like I said, if two deer or antelope are fighting, they're gonna stop when they see the lion. We stay fighting, and then we end up both getting eaten by the lion. So we have to stop that.
Exactly. Like Pan-African ADOS is saying melanin shaming must stop.
Oh, absolutely. Melanin shaming, right? And also for our brothers and sisters who have a lack of melanin, because while I understand that colorism has been definitely directed to our darker brothers and sisters, it's now switched to people saying, well, you're too light, you're almost white, and you know, you're not black. Look, if you have two black parents, then you're black. You know what I'm saying? If you have a black parent and a white parent, then you're biracial. But if you're a biracial that's black leaning and black supporting, although I'll look at you and give you a little more, you know, maybe a side eye just to see what side of the fence you on. Once I know what side of the fence you on, I bring you right in. So we can't afford to let this colorism, melanin shaming, and different ideologies stop this forward movement.
Exactly. And the bleaching, you know, because bro, the bleaching is something that is shaming us on the highest level.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm thinking. Someone is, and what happened when Marcus Garvey died?
Well, I'm not Garveyite, so I don't really know that one, and I'll be honest.
Exactly. But what and I was talking with to, because there is a lot of fuss about the investment and investing in organizations that wants to do something in Africa. You know, the thing that happened with like Art Katie. What is happening is that the Chinese, the Moroccan, a lot of the cultures that I know, they have the same concept of one person is taking the investments and he or she will open doors. And now how, you know, now that this is happening with the drama among YouTubers, how are we going to build this nation, brother?
We got to stop with the drama. And you know, there's certain things, there's like barbershop conversations that you have, you know, with your people. And when that barbershop door opens, everyone stops when someone that's not in the group comes in, right? So I think YouTube, it's good in a way that because we come together, but there's certain things that need to be handled in the DM. There's certain things that need to be handled with a phone call. And if we are open to taking these phone calls and listening to what our brothers and sisters have to say, then we can minimize airing our dirty laundry. And I think that's what it has to be. Doesn't mean we have to let people rock and not call them out, but sometimes we have to call them out gently if they are brothers and sisters. Now, just because you're black doesn't make you my brother. There's some people that have our skin tone who do more damage than the Pink Panthers to our people. And those people need to be put on blast. They need to be ostracized, and they need to be dealt with in a way that's going to make sure that they understand that this movement can't be stopped. It can't be stopped, and we can't afford to have agents of mass confusion running around.
Yeah, so Okay, but what is happening? Do you have questions for me, Nakmeezy? If you have questions, just ask them.
Okay, so let me ask you a couple of questions, bro. How important do you go on?
For people that wants to come in the live, I will add the link so you can join the conversation. I've added it now.
All
Yeah,
right,
bro.
so my brother, do you think that it's important that we put all this petty bickering aside and have a ceasefire in the diaspora war?
Yeah. Of course, of course, of course. But the thing is that I think, Nakmeezy, is that it's practically not possible, and because there are people are doing it for different reasons. Like there are also the pioneers, and the pioneers will decide how the people will walk after them, if it makes sense what I say.
Yes,
So
yes.
if they enter and show that it's negative, or if they show an image, a narrative of negative, all the people that is coming after them will be the same.
Right.
They will enter into this movement with the same mindset, the same thoughts. So for me, I think it's practically not possible to control it. The movement. What
Well,
I think,
mhm.
the thing that I think is that what we can do and what we can control is, if someone gets out of hand, we cut we,
Cut
we
them out.
cut immediately. We don't give him or her too much space to move. This is what I think, and believe that this is the right thing to do, or else it will be a drama,
Right.
because
I
each
understand you.
person will produce two or more. YouTubers right now there are, like, I've seen there are a lot of YouTubers coming up right now. They don't have a lot of subscribers yet, 50, 100, but they are using some of the same strategies. I'm not going to mention names, but they are using the same kind of strategies, and this is only going to bring a lot of confusion, and it's going a lot of problems in the community. Like,
Okay, go on.
I don't mind if someone uses someone else's name, Art Katie, Black Acres of Gambia, um, whoever, whoever's name. However, what the thing is that how are you going to use the name, and how are you going to bring it to the people?
Right. So look, the people that you're mentioning right there,
Mm,
they're, in my opinion, in a minority, but there is a too large group that actually follows them. And
mm,
that goes back to the black psyche.
mm,
I want to know what's the latest tea.
mm,
Who's getting exposed? Who's getting, exposed and when's the latest Negro drama, so to speak. Well,
mm,
let's put it in perspective. Let's
mm,
put it in perspective because I have maybe, how was it? 13 brothers right now that I communicate with every single day, at least 2 or 3 times a day in Ghana, right? Do you
mm.
know that it takes them sometimes 3 hours to get back to me on something? And I have to understand it. You know why? Because these brothers are actually doing things. So the YouTube stuff doesn't really, there's not a whole bunch of Africans on the continent that are following this YouTube drama. You know what I'm saying? They're actually doing real things. They're sending their kids to school. They're running their businesses. So I don't want to overstate the power of YouTube content creators, but it is definitely an issue. So the way we deal with that is, like you said, we don't give them any shine. But when you said it's almost impossible, I think that is very possible if we just start focusing on this. We have a group right here, right? And I guarantee you there's people in the chat that are on my videos other people's videos. If we start with these people and let them understand that this is real, this is something serious, and come at it from a place of power, saying, look, we're going to make this happen. So how can you make it happen? And I'll give you very tangible things. When you're thinking about sending a shot to someone based on where they're from and they're black, think twice and then don't do it. When someone says something, you know, sideways to you, think twice about how you respond. Some dude came at me real sideways and I just wrote, thanks. Now I try to win people over that come at me sideways. Yeah, I'm the all the smoke guy, but I'd rather the smoke be generated and directed to the people that hate us, because we don't hate each other as black people. What we do is we have like little diaspora sparring, and you know, we go back and forth with each other. But at the end of the day, I think most of us really love each other. So again, let's not overstate the power of YouTube on the continent, especially because most of the people that I'm doing business with out there, they don't follow these YouTube dramas. And a lot of the continentals that are in the drama throwing their shots, just like Black Americans throwing their shots, Jamaicans, everyone's throwing their shots. They're not even on the continent. It's mostly people that aren't there. The ones that are there are too busy doing things that are really mattering.
Exactly. But you know, Nakmeezy, I was thinking that the people, why do I keep on talking about the movement, is because it's really important to know that we are at the beginning, the start of something really great, something huge, something big. And what I know is, being a YouTuber is a certain kind of power that you have, right? What is happening is that right now, there are just a selective few people that are watching all the YouTubers of the diaspora. It's the same people.
Right.
They are the same people. It's now because you were saying you are there, you are not planning to go to Africa, but you are a really important piece of the chain, because you are going to inform the people, prepare them, let them know before they go to Africa. You are going to also set a certain tone, right, of positivity, or
right.
you know, how are you going to handle this? Because you said that you will stay, you are not planning to go and live in Africa. I am planning to go and live in Africa, you know?
Right.
I am leaving. But how, if the filtering starts where you are right now, how are you going to handle it?
You mean put in practice what I'm talking about?
Yeah, put in practice what you're talking about.
Basically being nice and thinking 2 and 3 times about how I deal with another black person. That's what this ceasefire is about. That's what this minimizing of drama is about. If it's not affecting my family, my money, you know, my ability to make money, my legacy, or my character, if it's not a character assassination, then that's something that I can just be like, yeah, whatever, maybe he's having a bad day. That's what I can do here and now. And we all can do that.
Yeah, exactly. And someone is asking here, who's starting drama that's from America?
That's a very general question,
yeah.
but there's people all over, and I don't want to just start pointing fingers at certain countries and continents. It's all over. That's why I know that black people are all connected, because we all carry that. We all have a little bit of that throwing shade at each other in us. But honestly, that's human nature as well. You know, that we're not exempt from being catty to each other, but we are the people on the planet that can at least afford to do so. So as far as who from America, there's many. I know I was on a platform and I separated from that platform because I remember the quote. It was, we did a show and it was about how Africans and Caribbean people are threats, just off the rip being threats. And I said, how can you call someone a threat if you haven't done a threat assessment? You know what I'm saying? And then they said, oh, I'm compromised because my wife is from the Caribbean. No, I'm just not an idiot that looks at other people that look like me as threats. Well, I understand what we can do to each other, so I stay on point all times. But there is something that I like to extend to my brothers and sisters, is the benefit of the doubt, the black benefit of the doubt. And I've gotten burned by it. Okay. I chose black businesses and then I lost money. But so what? So what? That's the price of business. That's the price of being on code and looking in the interests of our people. You're gonna pay more, you're gonna get screwed over, but we get screwed over by the Pink Panthers every day. So I can afford to get screwed over by my own people 1 or 2 times, just so we can have that quid pro quo support for each other.
Exactly. I want to come on the point that you talked about Caribbean and Africans and African Americans, because there were some things that I, noticed about, there's sometimes that Africans and African Americans and Caribbean people, sometimes I get the feeling that we need to get closer.
Right.
With each other. We need to get closer. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To bring it in the positive way, Do you think that some African Americans and Caribbeans need to get closer? Why? Because in the beginning, I got some backlash on my channel about people saying, what are you going to do in Africa? Are you cowards? Why are you running to Africa? Caribbean is black and those kind of things. I saw this kind of comments, not one time, multiple times.
Right.
Why? What? Because this is a question from me to an American.
Right.
What is this?
Well, it's that we're not respecting each other's decisions and each other's movements. Like I said, I'm not moving to Africa to live there. I'm not. But I'll go there and I'll do business. I'll do it now. But I'm not moving there. But you get some people like, well, he's standing in front of an American flag. He's not going to Africa. He's an agent, right? But meanwhile, if me and that person actually sat down and discussed the history of Africa from way back all the way to now, I'd run circles around them. But this is what I'm saying, is that we don't have to get caught up in the petty little squabbles. The thing is that what you mentioned with Caribbeans and Black Americans and continental Africans, we need to get to know each other and knowing each other from a place of power. Like, I didn't go to Ghana like I don't have any culture. I went there on some cultural exchange, and you'd be surprised how many Ghanaians were interested, like literally very, very interested in my experience as a Black American. You see what I'm saying? And there comes that cultural exchange. And then you can learn more from doing that. The cut and run, I've said that to people as well. Like, but everyone isn't a fighter. You know what I'm saying? I'm cut from a warrior cloth. So I'm not going to just run to Africa because the Pink Panther says go back to Africa. Nah, homie. Y'all made profit off of my people's back. So guess what? I'm going to be here until I feel like leaving. The Honorable Khalid Muhammad says, I was born to create havoc for the white man, and that's what I'm going to do. You see what I'm saying? The worst thing you can do is bring people to your country, mistreat them, and give them passports. I ain't going nowhere. You see what I'm saying? So I'll be that reminder, that thorn in the side, while the brothers and sisters that want to go to Africa can do that. But I'm going to stay with the troops that don't want to go or can't go. And then maybe later on down the life, maybe I'll choose to go. But what it all boils down to is respecting everyone's journey, period.
Exactly. Exactly, you're right. And respect for you, Nakmeezy. For one, like when you said you went to Curacao and all those kind of things, I thought, how this guy American end up in Curacao?
Right, right. Small island, small island.
And not only Caribbean, but with an Antillano.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought a lot of respect, man. A lot of
Thank
respect.
you, brother. Thank you.
I believe, if 80% of the people are like you, the world would be a better place. Perhaps,
Wow.
yeah. Perhaps some people would can't handle you being directly, but
Right.
directly is the one path that you need to walk. This is what I believe. You can go sideways and all those kind, but you're dancing around the facts. So
Right.
shout out for that. And what you were saying was about you try to do business with black people, and and sometimes you lost, and I think sometimes you win, right? It went both.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like today, I was watching an YouTube video of some white people. These people had bought an no, they were showing a place in Marbella, Spain.
Yeah.
Marbella, um, the house was really beautiful, beautiful. And you know what I said to my wife? That black people, it's a pity that we don't have this kind of things in Africa, this kind of houses, because Nakmeezy, it looked really, really nice. And I asked myself, why is this? Why is this? And you know why, Nakmeezy? Because sometimes some things we can't blame ourselves. Those people, the reason why they are this developed is because they had the chance to experiment with people's money. It's also an evolution process of development. Does it make sense what I say? So
I follow you, but there are very nice places in Africa, beautiful houses. I don't know if you remember the video maybe about a year ago where it was like a Ghanaian wedding and they were driving in G wagons, all the hottest of the hottest cars, all through Accra. So there are people on the continent that have money. So I just don't want for you to get beat up in the comments for that. But I understand your greater point, which
yeah,
is, yeah,
you're right to say that. To say this, I made videos in the past that I have also said this. In Africa and Ghana, where I went, there are really beautiful houses, but there are also
right,
places that needs to be developed. However, what is happening is that the houses in America and Europe, they are on another level.
right,
Some,
right,
some really the high end one, they are on a level. But not only the high end one, if you see the basic of houses over here, they have a standard, right? That we don't
right,
have over there. What I was thinking was, and this is not to say that Africa don't have,
right,
but what I'm saying is that there is a privilege that they had over here. And this is that they had money to play with, to experiment with.
right,
Something didn't go right, there was enough to do it right
right,
till the job gets done, right? If you go where I went in Africa, in Ghana, you see a lot of houses that are not finished. They are half, 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 half. Okay, nice the start, but the reason why is they run out of money. And because there is no other people that will believe in them, they can finish their vision to show other people what the next level is. So what I believe is that the reason, that even if things go wrong between our black people, when you buy at a black company or do business with black people, we can't give up.
Right.
We can't give up. We need to keep on giving chances till we are where we need to be, right?
Yes, sir. So look, let me just speak to your point, right? The reason why a lot of the houses in America and Europe are to a certain standard is what? A hypothèque. They take mortgages out on these houses. In Africa, or let's say not just Africa, but in Ghana, I know while you can get a mortgage there, a lot of these people are building their houses based off of their businesses or working in the diaspora, building them up. So it's not that they will never get finished. They will be finished, but it just takes longer because they're doing it. And when they finally finish, it's going to be theirs. As opposed to, I work and then I take a loan out and then I'm paying for my house for 25 years. By the time I'm finished paying for my house in the West, that person on the continent has already built their house and has it and is already renting it to someone generating passive income. You see what I'm saying? So it's a different thing. If we take it to Curacao,
that's what I want to say.
Scalo, you know Scalo?
Yeah.
Scalo. You know, the Dutch people took all these historic buildings, built them up, turned them into businesses. That's what they did. All through Scalo and Funda. Like if there's a street and it goes towards Maripampung, that whole strip is all nice, beautiful houses, and it's not black people that's owning them. You see what I'm saying? But we have to look at, discriminatory lending practices that happen in Curacao as well. It's hard for you to get a loan to do something because they rather give it to somebody that doesn't look like us. So again, it goes back to being nice to each other, giving each other the black benefit of the doubt. And then on us, that once we're given that chance to not screw it up. So there's a lot of layers to it.
Like what I wanted to say about Curacao is that like I have a lot of family with nice houses, really nice houses. Like one of my uncles, he has built his house and he has put his roof. But when he came to the Netherlands, he got a phone call that they stole his roof tiles. I don't know.
Tegels. Yeah.
Tegels, he went back and within like a few months, 2 months, it was again everything set over there.
Right.
If what I've seen in Curacao is that the houses, they look nice. Even if you go like, it doesn't matter where you go on Curacao. Of course, there are places, perhaps one or two, that is a ghetto, But what I know from Curacao is that most of the people that has built their houses over there they built it, they paid it cash, built it. They don't know mortgages over there. But if you see how the houses look, they are nice.
Very nice. I had one, cash money.
Yeah, you see what I mean? And how long and how many times did you finish it?
I was working in New York and fixing it from basically what I did is what a lot of Ghanaians do or Nigerians. I used my New York money to build up my house in Curacao, but I had people living in it at the same time. So I didn't have to deal with people stealing, like they'll steal your copper and things of that nature. Whenever you have like socioeconomic circumstances that cause people to steal, it's best that you're on the ground. But yeah, you're right. In Curacao, beautiful, beautiful houses. We used my wife's aunt's house for my wedding reception, right? It's a beautiful house. It's in Bandariba. Are you from Pariba or Pabao? Bandabao. Hende Bandabao with that.
Yeah.
So And here's the thing, you would, and here's an opportunity for improvement on the continent. And I don't know every single country, right? But in some countries, the process of owning land is not as streamlined as it is in the Caribbean. Okay, in Curacao, we had to pay for our ERFPAC, like the use of the land, even though the house was our own and we just built up the house. It's a lot more complicated in Ghana. You have, different people that are owning the land there, 50 to 99-year leases. Is it chief land? Is it family land? Is it no freehold land? It's difficult, or it's inchoate. It's complicated. So if they can streamline that process, it'll make it a lot easier and a lot more attractive for people from the diaspora to buy and build on the continent, especially in Ghana.
Okay, to bring it all in context, we have now been through a few points, right? A few things. And does this also add to the drama? The land and getting that people can buy land over there, that is hard, all those kind of things. Does it add to the drama of what is happening? Do you think that this is adding to the drama, yes or no? Of everything. Why do I say this is that you will see YouTube videos. I saw YouTube videos that people were also bashing this, the land, that you can buy land, that it will never be yours. And did you see this kind of videos?
Yeah, but when you say bashing, I don't call speaking facts that are being sugar-coated. We're going to talk about Ghana as bashing. These are honest conversations that we need to have. No one's talking about land guards. People say, oh, land guards are only in Accra. Nonsense. There's land guards in the eastern region. There's land guards in Accra. There's land guards in Kumasi. So, and if you want to know what a land guard is, just put that into your YouTube search engine and it can get real nasty. That's a reality. Like you and I had conversations about land purchase, you know what I'm saying? And about leaps of faith on the continent. And we can't be doing leaps of faith. We have to do research and don't cut corners. And unfortunately, on the continent in Ghana, sometimes when you cut corners is when you get things done. Okay, I'll be honest with you.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so but you have to know what corners to cut and who to cut them with. Otherwise, you're gonna be lost in the sauce.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's what because what I've seen with the land thing in Ghana, because I've seen a lot of YouTubers or people that bought land saying that you need to be there, you need to go there, and those kind of things. I will tell you honest, Nakmeezy, you can go there and end up in a maze, on Doolhof.
Yeah.
If you don't have the right connections, you can forget it.
Right.
You can forget it. So going to Ghana the first time, expecting that when you come, you will get land and those kind of things, I have seen that it's no. No. Don't it. You need to be connected. Point. Right?
Yep.
Point. You need to be connected. And I know people that went to Ghana not one time, 2 times, 3 times. All the times they went, they got scammed. So I know you need to be connected before you go over there. However, I have checked a little bit about the land guard, and it's rough, man.
I told you. I was going to make a video about land guards in Ghana. And as I started doing my research to put my video together, I said, bro, if I make this video, I'm literally not going to be able to go back to Ghana. So I said, I'm done. I'm done. And I'm not even going to really get into it. Just Google land guards in Ghana. And this is not to say, oh, don't invest is just to say, do it the right way. The first thing you should be doing if you're trying to buy a land is get a reputable lawyer in Accra or wherever you're going to do it. Get a lawyer and then go to the lands commissions to find out who owns the land, because you'll build a house, your joint will be halfway done, and then people's going to come like, yo, pay me. And they're saying pay me with 1 foot out of a bulldozer, and they will knock your house down. Like, unfortunately, this is not to crap on Ghana. An honest Ghanaian will tell you, yo, he's right. Yeah. Nakmeezy did his research. Yeah. And I didn't do my research just to say, oh, you know, this is the only thing that can happen. There are also success stories, again, depending on who you're connected with and what kind of research you've done.
Exactly. And I will tell you that when I went to Ghana, it was a really good thing for me. Really good thing, because perhaps it's luck, brother. Perhaps it's luck, but I run into the right people. And it can be luck. I don't know. But, you know, and when I ran into the right people, I have learned a lot. I even met, you know, the chief over there. And more chiefs wanted to get to know me. But this is a story, this is something for another time.
Yeah, another day.
Beautiful story. Someone is saying that from my understanding, South Africa make it very simple to buy and own a home, more like in the West. Why does nobody talk about South Africa?
Okay.
I've seen South
You're asking me?
Yeah, I've seen South Africa, and South Africa is beautiful. Beautiful. Right. But I never thought about going to South Africa.
Yeah, neither have I. Wow. South Africa is because this is my theory. Most of us in the diaspora, we don't come from South Africa. We come from Central and West Africa. And even we have traces from East Africa, right? But South Africa is not where the majority of us come from. So there's not really that pull from a lineage standpoint to go to South Africa. Another issue may be, there may be that taste of apartheid still in our mouths, those of us who are of an age. And also just the wealth gap that's in South Africa. And if you go down there with Western money, you can afford to live, you know, to Western standards, right? But again, that goes to, what are you trying to go down there for? You're trying to go down there to be with the people, or you're going down there to live in a gated community? Because if you're going to be in a gated community, you might as well stay where you are. You know, I didn't go to Ghana to be like shacked up in a compound with a bunch of people from Brooklyn. I don't know any. I know a couple of people from America in Ghana, but my whole team is Ghanaian. And that's exactly how I want it. Not that I don't like speaking with my brothers. I love speaking to my brothers from America and the rest of the diaspora. But what I found is that there's a lot of Black Americans out there that do their best to not associate with other Black Americans. And now I start to get it. Why go all the way to Africa if you only want to deal with Black Americans? Stay your ass in Black America then.
Exactly. Welcome, Miss Elenius. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Thank you for accepting me. I just wanted to come on here real quick. But I also wanted to say to Nakmeezy, and your topic about the drama. I've watched his videos. Well, one of his videos, and then I watched a few. And what a lot of people do is they look at these videos and they put all these like crazy comments. I don't know if he remembers my comment, but you did respond. I didn't understand you at first, Nakmeezy, but I understand you, and you are my brother. I understand. I don't have to agree with everything as viewers, subscribers, followers, whatever, because I'm not a tuber, but I understand.
Yeah, I remember your name.
Yeah. I understand you and I respect you, but I don't have to like everything that someone says and go on a tangent and start bashing them and doing all this stuff, you know, to like discredit them. And it's been really sad lately on YouTube because I get off work, I come home, I want to, you know, hear a good word, see some good footage, relax, you know, get some wine, whatever. But lately I've just been disgusted. Like, what the heck is going on? And then that's when I stumbled across yours, my thoughts on everything. I was just like, okay, this is a little bit more relaxing. And some other people, I was like, okay, this relaxes me. Like when I just want to watch something, because I don't watch a lot of TV either. So I watched YouTube because it's like real people doing real things, sharing their real ideas. But if you don't like it, you ain't got to watch it. But don't go on a tangent bashing each other.
Exactly.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And it's so sad. And for people that have never been to Africa or whatever, you know, because that's a lot of videos that I do watch, they have so much to say. They ain't never been there. And then they think they could just pack up, leave, go there, and boom, your life is, you know, you got to work.
Exactly.
Nobody's going to give you anything. Ain't no welfare system over there. Ain't no, you know, no handouts. You got to work. It's a work mentality. And I mean, it's just sad. It's just sad, you know, but I have been to Africa, a few different countries. I went to Ghana, Ethiopia.
Oh, yeah, I know her.
Yeah. You remember me? No. But yeah. But I appreciate the positive that you put out. I appreciate the negative that you guys put out, but I do think that it kind of hurts us because, you know, here in America, if, you know, the saying goes, if you excuse my language and I don't use this word, and I'm not going to use it right now, if it's too many ends in one place, they're up to something. So they are coming to YouTube to see what we up to. And we putting a lot of information out about what we doing, our business, how we moving. And there's people out there that's trying to stop it.
Exactly.
There's people that's, I mean, they are your own people that's trying to stop it. You got to worry about so many different groups of people that's trying to stop it. So they will, you don't know if these people are being paid to come on there and talk mess about you and create, you know, take your videos that you put out and put a spin on it. You don't know if they're being paid to do that.
Exactly.
Because what we're doing right now, we're starting to get to know each other. You know, like you said, it's major. It's big. It is big. I was taught not to go to Africa. My mother was taught not to go. My grandmother was taught not to go. We were taught that Africans wouldn't accept us. We were taught that it's not a place for us, and we're Black people. We come from Africans.
Exactly.
You know, and I like the fact, because I was like Nakmeezy, I was like, you know what? My ancestors did a lot for this country because of civil rights, because people from other countries have rights when they come here. It's because of the civil rights movement. It is because of the defiant ones that they didn't believe in that. And we can't sit here on social media, which is one of the biggest things going on right now, and just dog each other out like we're doing. You ain't making that much money on YouTube to where, unless it's a popularity like thing, you know, if you ain't making no money, you really shouldn't be doing it, but you shouldn't be doing it anyway. That shouldn't.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
So back to your points is we can disagree. And the whole point of this show, to bring it back to the topic, is, you know, we have to be nice to each other. We can disagree respectfully. You know, there's a brother in the comment who disagreed with something I said, but when he disagreed and called me his brother. You see what I'm saying? That's a person that I can say, all right, well, let's talk about it. Not, you know, you don't know what you're talking about, and then we don't get anywhere. Then we just increase this diaspora war, so to speak. But where you from in America, sis?
I was born in Memphis, Tennessee, North Memphis, Hurt Village, and I live in California right now.
Okay, all right. Shout out to Memphis.
Right.
Mafia.
But I don't know. It's just so sad. But I just think that I just want to encourage you guys to keep doing what you're doing as Black men. You're not on here like, you know, doing some crazy stuff. And I just think a lot of African born people, they don't really know us and understand us, and there's nothing wrong with getting to know them and understanding them. I got so much respect from people in Africa when I went. They were very nice. Very.
Can you give me just 10 seconds? I'll be back in 10 seconds, okay?
But yeah, Nakmeezy, it took me a moment, and I was just like, what is this guy talking about? Because the way you were coming, it was like, there's a lot of us that want to leave this place. But how I think a lot of times is like, I ain't going nowhere. Why should I?
Right.
Historically we've been through like so much, and I was like, he's right. Like, we ain't gotta leave. Like, we built this.
We built it, and I want reparations. And this is the thing. Once we get that check, then I could be like, oh well, maybe I'll buy a house in Ghana. Maybe I'll move there. Maybe I'll move wherever. Once I get my check cut, you know what I'm saying? Then I can make moves and choose where I want to be. But in the meantime, I'm working and forming bonds and relationships on the continent. Like me, I don't, put Africa at the forefront of my activism. It's wherever Black people are in the world. So if I had a job assignment in China, guess what? I'm getting down with the get down for whatever Black people are in China. It doesn't matter. The Black American, while that's what I am, if I'm not in America, guess what? I'm the only one here. So then what do? Just be like, oh, y'all from here, y'all from Suriname, y'all from Curacao. No, I get down with the get down wherever. And people will understand that I'm very, very, very Brooklyn. My brother, My Thoughts on Everything, knows how we give it up when he and I have personal conversations off of YouTube.
Sorry to interrupt you, but if y'all don't know East Coast men,
right,
they are very aggressive.
I'm aggressive as shit. I'm very aggressive, and it's because, and this is my thing, to any people who are not from Brooklyn, who are not from America, try to find out why we have to have this energy, especially as a Brooklyn dude. Because if you don't have this energy, you are going to become food. You're going to be food. So I did an interview with Niai before I left Accra. And I told him, I said, look, after the first 5 days, what was good was that I didn't have to have my guard up all the time, right? So I could relax. But I don't want to relax too much because there's still work to do. So it's about that balance.
Yeah, I've always told, always when people ask me or whatever, and this is just my own little saying, you might think it's crazy, but I said the reason why East Coast men are so like aggressive, I said, because those are the slaves that got away.
Oh, facts. Facts.
They made it. They got through. I said, those are kids are the ones that got through. Like, I seriously view you guys. I've been to New York and New Jersey, and it's just the way you guys come off is like, I'll be like, wait, like, dang,
you're like, calm down, yeah.
And they're calm. That's just how you guys are. And I have to learn that about East Coast people. Like, when you come to the US, you got the Southerners, in the South that act a certain way. You got the East Coast aggressive. You got the Midwest. You got, there's like difference in us here too. But with African people, I was received like, well, like I didn't have to spend a lot of money. The only thing I spent a lot of money on was the plane ticket. The food was like great. If you don't like something, you ain't got to eat it. Like here. And it's crazy when people go out there and they make these videos complaining about certain things. It's like, you telling me you ain't got no complaints in America? You telling me you don't see bugs in America? You don't get disrespected, cheated out of your money in America?
Exactly.
Like, everything that they're complaining about, it's the same thing that goes on here. It's just you around your own people. And that, to me, I really didn't know how to be relaxed was, or the state of being relaxed, because when you're in America, a Black American, raised here, a lot of us, we go through like daily anxiety. We live in anxiety because you're Black. You got to I hope I don't get pulled over. You see a cop, there's certain things that go through your mind. Or you in an environment where you're the only Black person, certain things that might go through your mind. There, I didn't realize the peace that came over me until I got back to LAX airport. And I just was like, ooh, the tension just came back over me. And I said, dang, that felt good. That's what that's about.
Exactly.
You know?
And I felt the same. When I came back to the Netherlands, to Europe, the Netherlands, I really thought, no, this is not healthy. It's not healthy, this kind of countries. And you're right, you know, we need to go back. But I have a question for you, sister.
Yeah.
If you can come with one solution for this drama and for uniting us, what would be this solution? Only one solution, one thing.
Just don't give up. Like, I mean, the only solution, you're going to have a lot of people who are out there to, you know, create problems. You know what I'm saying? Be an individual. You know, let your yes be yes and your no be no as far as, you know, who you are. We were all raised by, you know, adults that taught us right from wrong. If you know something is wrong, don't follow it. If you just know it's wrong, and if you don't know it's wrong and you really think you're doing some good, then those are the ones that's going to get left behind. Because I personally feel whenever we get to that place where it's like, you know, we got some type of peace as people, it's not going to be many of us there. Because the pollution that we carry in our minds, it's not going to be a lot of us there. But to say it's not even one solution, but all I can say is let your yes be yes and let your no be no. When you know something is wrong, don't even hop on a bandwagon. Just keep moving forward. You only live once. You only live once. You want to live once, excuse my language, and some bullshit. You only live once. So, you know, it's like somebody that got some money or whatever, they just honor their money and all that. You can't take that shit to your grave. When you gone, you gone. You only live once. And I have to, you know, you have to learn how to check yourself and not let other people check you. When you know something is wrong, don't follow in it. You know, be a leader. Let your yes be yes and your no be no, and be cool with it. Be cool with it.
Sis, let me jump in real quick. I'm sorry to cut you.
Right.
Let's give this person what she's looking for. She's looking for a little attention. Jasmine Brown in the comments said reparations, something about not waiting for reparations and laughing emojis. This is what I'm talking about. Just because I think that my people should be compensated for working, dream on, waiting for reparations. Just because I think my people should be compensated doesn't mean I'm waiting around for anything. Okay, you can ask my thoughts on everything. I get busy in these Dutch streets. Facts. And I can't even talk about exactly what I do. Okay. But I get busy in these streets. I get busy for my people in America, here, and also in Ghana. So I'm not waiting and I'm not dreaming. If it happens, it happens. If it don't, it don't. And then the other one, she said, is channel that energy into getting money and not cursing and speaking like a thug. These are white supremacist talking points. Okay. If your last name is Brown, that tells me that you've been touched by the colonizer as well. So stop thinking like them and respect the topic of this show, which is coming together. Please.
Like I said, if you don't
let me just give my thoughts on the reparations. You know, what you were saying is that I believe that it's your right, the right of the Black people to get the reparations. There's no one that can say nothing. You know why? Because we are officially born rich. Because if Mama Africa would have taken care of not would give the white or the whole world everything and give it to us, we would be the people that are born rich. We are the only person on earth that are born rich, brother. So it's our right to get what is ours. And if we can pay us back, Let them be the people that is in debt, that own these people and they can pay them back. You know, it doesn't matter. So for me, it's important that justice is served. If it makes sense what I'm saying, even
Absolutely.
even if the black people, black Americans, or whoever goes for the reparations doesn't get anything, but justice is served. That's it. You know, so for me, it's going to happen. It's just a matter of time before it happens. And with this whole movement that we are going back, we don't need to forget. It's not 100 years ago, it's not 200 years ago, it's after 300 or 400 years. There are documents and revelations told about the people that when they didn't listen, you know, the Almighty One said, "This time I will send you the world into the world, and you will be slaves of people that are not in Africa." Some of people don't believe, but I believe that every story has a core of truth in it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and now after 300-400 years, we are going back.
Mm-hmm.
So it will happen. It will happen. And people can try to stop it, but it won't happen. We will accomplish what we will accomplish. That's it. There's no one that can stop this train that is going right now. Agree or not?
I agree. You can't
100% agree.
You get, and people like Jasmine Brown, I don't know her personally. I don't know what really what she meant by that, but some people have given up, so they laugh about it. That's how they
Yeah.
deal with it. They're broken people. There's so many broken people here. Um, they don't see it. Just like they said, it will never be a black president. We did. It takes it might take a long time. Chinese got reparations. Jewish people. There's so many.
Japanese.
Japanese got reparations, all of that. And there's nothing wrong with us fighting for ours. And I hope people continue to fight for ours. And thank God Nakmeezy gonna fight for his. And he's like, no, I'm
Absolutely.
not leaving. We built this and you're not gonna get rid of me that easy. And it took me, I had to understand where he's coming from. And I understand you. And there's a lot of people that understand you and everybody else out there that's working hard for like our kids' future, our kids' future. Like all of this is gonna affect that, you know, it's gonna affect that. But there's a lot of broken people here.
And I'm honest, I am saying, you know, there are some people that are saying privilege and those kind of things are weak. I say, you know, it doesn't matter to me. Let my kids be privileged now. Let our kids have the privilege now.
Mm-hmm.
Early.
Right? It's now time that we can enjoy the privilege. That's it.
Yeah. I have a daughter. She's she attends Tuskegee University. I'm so proud of her. During a pandemic on campus, trying to push through all of this drama. But you know, that's one way that I can, you know, change her future is making sure that I put it in her mind what she needs to be doing and what she needs to be looking out for and how she needs to conduct herself and how her thought process is supposed to go. And we bump heads, but I always tell her, you gonna know what I mean. When you really enter this world, right now, mama got you. But when you really enter this world, you gonna know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And she can't wait to get to Africa, though. To like, you know, she's not saying, "Oh yeah, I want to move," and da 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 da. She's only 18, but you know, she at 18 she wants to go. At 18, well, I've always wanted to go, but there's a lot of 18-year-old American kids that ain't thinking about Africa.
Right.
Exactly. You're right. My little brother, he is 22 years, and you know he's also now going to Africa. He is going to Africa. He's like a professional soccer coach in the Netherlands, and he wants to start a club, a youth academy in Ghana. So he's now preparing to go. A guy of 22 years.
Wow.
What I want to say is that now we are moved, like you, me, Nakmeezy, and all the other YouTubers. We are now the pioneers, and we need to establish a basis for our kids. Because when the time comes that they want to go and we didn't do nothing, they will blame us.
Mm-hmm.
True or not?
That's so true.
We
Like, Mom,
know.
why you did this? Daddy, why you didn't do this? Or this should have happened. But I mean, people don't understand when you eat real food, it does something to you. You know,
Yeah,
when you drink real coconut water, you just be like,
sure.
what? Bananas taste like the what is this? Like I was just, I don't know, it was like my body was like pew pew pew. I was just
Yeah,
like it was like, thank you for giving me this. Like it was just, it was awesome. It was awesome.
exactly. And you know, I loved it. Every morning when I wake up, I go buy my coconut, you know.
And then
It's
there was one girl. There was one girl talking about. She said there's chickens and malnourished cows or something like that, or like, you know. And I was like, "What's wrong with animals? Like, have we got there? Like, we don't like animals? Like, I'm confused. Like,
yeah,
that just blew me out. Oh, I see lizards and all of this stuff. Ooh, God bless them. Whatever. But I'm just saying, you tripping out animals. I loved hearing the sheep. I loved hearing the goats and the horses right outside my hotel. It was like sheep and horses and something else that was out there. And I was just like, it was so peaceful. Like I had the best night's sleeps and all of that stuff. But I'm just, I mean, it's just sad that people like to, you know, they like gossip and all of that. And I just say to the YouTubers that's out there, like you guys and other people, just keep on pushing and let your yes be yes and your no be no. If you ain't down with it, don't even touch it.
exactly.
Let me come on in.
Exactly. And what I want to ask everyone that is watching, that don't give up, don't be discouraged, and know that it's going to have its challenges. Every big thing has big challenges. There are a lot of bumps in the road that we need to jump over or build something that other people can walk over it. But don't give up, you know, don't give up. It might seem now on this moment a desperate situation or whatever, but what I see is a beautiful ending. You know, this is the thing. What I want to say to ask everyone is, can you like this video, this live stream, and subscribe if you're not subscribed yet?
Well, y'all be seeing me out there doing my little comments because I like to see what y'all up to.
Yeah.
We have a YouTube channel.
Do I have a channel? I'm not a tuber, but I have a little channel. I might put up a video or whatever, but I'm not with that because I
watch some of your videos. I
put a little bit up there, just, you know, just some things that I've gone through. A lot of stuff I don't put on there because I don't like people coming for me and doing all that. I can't stomach it because, you know, if you know my story, it's nothing for you to put something on social media, you know, make a comment. I mean, I'm cool with that, but it's not, you know, my daily life is too busy for me to have the time to do that. You know, being a single mother, which I am, this is what I do here. And I do plan on building in Africa. I do deal with people and connect with people, but I just feel like I have to do it in silence because I'm the type, I will show up at your doorstep. I will find out where you live and I will want you to tell me what I'm like that. So I can't even I don't think I could just be like whatever when people do stuff like that. But it's just not for me. But I do enjoy you all.
Thank you.
I always comment. I always like or dislike. I don't dislike. If I dislike something, I won't even, you know, comment on it or whatever. But if it's something that I like, I will hit like, or I might make a comment or something like that. But the shenanigans and all of that stuff, I'm just not really with that. But I just have to move in silence because I feel sometimes when we put our information out there on YouTube. There's people out there that's really, and on higher powers probably, or people got money and power or whatever, that's going to try to come out there and really destroy what you're doing.
Yeah.
So I just feel that I have to move in silence, and I have to do it that way.
Yeah. So it's, if you make a YouTube channel, or if you start to do it, I am a subscriber. I will subscribe right now to your channel. And everyone that is wanted to know more about Miss Elenius, go and subscribe, because
I have many names, by the way.
Sorry?
I have many names.
Yeah. tell us a few.
No, I'm not gonna do it. But I do subscribe to both of you. At first I didn't with Nakmeezy because I had to get to know and understand him and watch him a few more times. And then I said, okay, I understand where this brother is coming from, and whatever his personal life is his personal life. That's not my concern, because you have people that go out here and they buy music and they buy, these fancy clothes and everything. But do you know who's making it? So why bash a person that's online and try to dig in their past when you are supporting people that could give a damn about you? So right. I try to put my money into the Black community. I try to buy Black products as much as I can, and support my people. If someone's selling something online or whatever, if I'm wasting my money elsewhere, why not waste it with my own people?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people were tripping that when I paid, I think I paid like $1,200 and something for a ticket when I went to Africa. And I said, you know what? And it was my tax money. I said, I'm going to take some of my tax money. I'm going to put it aside, whatever. Usually people buy a TV. They go out, buy the new furniture set. They go out and buy like whatever. But that's like a serious investment in this. In this, I needed some healing. You know what I'm saying? I got tired of people talking about Africa, like the motherland, and you ain't never went. How can you talk about it?
Exactly.
How can you talk about it? So I took it, but when I got there, out of all the countries I went to, I probably spent about $300 US.
Exactly.
Seriously, about $300 US. I mean, between Ethiopia, Mali, Ghana, and Senegal. Cote d'Ivoire, I only stayed there one night, but out of all of them, I only spent about $300 US.
Pan-African ADOS, thank you. Thank you for your donation. Really, I appreciate it.
But yeah.
What you're saying about the 300, this was something that really surprised. I was surprised over there, because if you have like $100,
you're in the game. Well, I mean, when I was in Ethiopia and when the countries that I were in, what I did is I connected with people, and everybody thought it was crazy. They said you were going to be braiding hair on the beach to get home. They're going to kidnap you. I mean, I heard all the stories. But what ended up happening is that I was really, truly blessed with connecting with some good people on social media, because that's what I use it for good things. I didn't have to pay for room and board. I didn't have to pay for food. So that 300 was just for me seeing things that I like when I was in different countries. That was money I spent that I didn't have to spend. My people took care of me. The families that I have, my new families, they took care of me, and they made sure I was cool. And it was out of, just my, respect to offer them something or whatever. They didn't ask for anything. They didn't ask for anything. They fed me and made sure I was safe, and I felt safe.
Exactly. And, I even stayed in a tent outside at the beach. We stayed in tent, and, it was really the sea sound, you can hear it, and I felt safe. I never had the idea that I was not safe, so.
But when you take people that have never felt that, Because some Africans, they really don't understand why we are the way we are. And I've spoken to them, and I didn't realize some of that they don't know why we, Black people in America, why you tripping? You got it made. Like, what's your problem? And it's like, no, you got to really understand what systematic racism is. You got to understand where, when a Black man comes in a room, people grabbing a purse type of, thing, or looking at him like he's a sexual object, like, and they come at you like they put you in this category, in this box, and you have to really fight for everything that you want here. There's some lucky ones, don't get me wrong. Everybody doesn't experience that, but a lot of us do experience that. A lot of us don't like going on TV watching a Black man getting his neck stumped on, or watching a cop plant dope in your business, trying to get you caught up, like, and all the rallies and all of that stuff. And then you also don't like to see your people degrading themselves. So it is, you got to live here and be here and to know it and to understand this. And we have to understand you as well. You know what I'm saying? We have to understand Africans as well. We got to do business with each other. We got to break bread with each other, because we got to deal with everybody. We got to fight everybody in this world, the Hispanics, the Asians. This is where I live. I can't speak for somebody in New York or wherever, but where I live, you have to fight everybody. You got to fight Blacks, whites, Hispanics, Asians, Arabics. You got so much competition. It's not even funny. So you got to you got to stay on your game.
Exactly. I want to announce something, by the way, is that in March, I'm going back to Ghana. So I will make a video about this, but March, I'm going back to Ghana. I can't wait to go. I will tell you, I'm now in the Netherlands. Nakmeezy knows. It rains. The weather is, all the time. So I'm going back in March to Ghana. I can't wait. I tell you, I can't wait to go.
I will be back there, but I'm not taking no corona tests. I'm not getting no vaccines. I'm not getting any of that. I'm waiting till it all to calm down so I can travel peacefully. I got college tuition I'm paying for too. So, that's another story. But when things calm down, I will go back, and I will get that peace and experience that again, that I experienced the last time. You gotta give it a chance. You can't go there thinking that it's going to be, and it was hard for me when I got there. I was like, why is this? Why is that? What is this for? Why do you guys do this? I came with such, that American mentality, complaining about everything instead of accepting the culture, accepting the people, and just chilling out. Just go with the flow. Just go with the flow, chill, get some peace, go and meet some people. I had no problem just walking up to people, or people walking up to me. And now I know so many people that I didn't know before, just, socializing and communicating. And, they were really interested in what I was about. What you doing here? They really wanted, that tripped me out. Like, why did you come here? And I'm thinking, why wouldn't I?
Yeah. But, that's also what I saw. But, Ghanaian people are really kind. I don't know your experience, but they were really, really kind people. Nakmeezy, you're silent over there, man.
Nakmeezy.
Yeah, because y'all ain't bringing me into the conversation. Hold on. Y'all not bringing me into the conversation. So I think as a host, you have to kind of throw questions back and forth so it can be more interactive. Otherwise, I'm going to fall asleep.
Yeah, that's right. So, Nakmeezy, you know what I made today? For food? Moro?
Wait. Kiko?
Moro.
Sí, misa.
It's just like like fried rice in Ghana, right? Delicious. I miss Ghana, brother.
You said March. I'm going in March as well, I think.
No, you're going, brother.
So I'm going in March. Yeah.
Well, yeah, bro. Tell you to good luck and bless you guys. But I'm gonna head on out. I thank you for accepting me to come on here. And I'll be lurking, positive lurking.
Okay, and it's also, and thank you for coming over here. The next time that they're alive, I am inviting you again on the live.
Well, thank you. You both have a great day.
Okay,
Thank you.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
Nakmeezy, I'm going to close it because it's now 1 hour and 30 minutes. What I want to say is about Nakmeezy is that what Miss Elenius was saying was that there were some misconfusions about Nakmeezy in the beginning. But Nakmeezy, I have got to know Nakmeezy, and Nakmeezy is a real person. He's a guy that says what needs to be said. And this is something that we need to respect as everyone, as a person, and we need to really value it because not everyone is being honest with us. Um, he is a guy that, go follow him on his channel, Nakmeezy, because it's a person, he's a pioneer of this movement, and not today, not yesterday, but long time before coming on YouTube. So it's not a YouTube movement of him.
Right.
So what I want to say is, Nakmeezy, thank you for being on this live, and everyone go follow Nakmeezy because he has a great story to tell and great content. He's greatness himself.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate you. Thank you, Roman.
You're welcome. Bosakaba.
Misakaba, Roman. Bon.
Okay, guys and girls, thank you for watching. No, Nakmeezy always say to me, kings and queens. Okay, kings and queens, thank you for watching, and thank you for liking this video. If you didn't like this video yet, like and subscribe. Support this channel. I see you guys in the next live stream. My thoughts on everything and Nakmeezy.